teachers and staff working in New York City public schools, they need to have at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine when they report to work today.
All right, and while many employees have been vaccinated, there could be districts that are understaffed this morning. Joining us now with the latest on the staffing situation inside the schools, President of the UFT, United Federation of Teachers, Michael Mulgrew. Michael, thanks for being with us. We know this is a particularly chaotic morning for you. Your time is valuable. Where do things stand right now as far as the number of teachers that will be showing up to work?
Well, our last report about an hour ago was we're now over 97% of the approximate 121,000 UFT members who work in the schools. So right now we're monitoring. We have people all across the city monitoring every district. Certain schools we're targeting, but again, it's about safety, and the schools are really trying to make sure we keep our children safe, and it's, again, the teachers are going to be flexible. They're going to do what they need to do, and as always, our teachers are there for our students, and that's really what this whole pandemic has been about.
I do want to ask you, though, there are certain areas that are seemingly supposed to be, shortages of teachers, might be a little bit more prominent there than other areas. Have you talked to people in those areas? I mean, like, well, what is their game plan?
Well, I've been in contact with the Department of Ed throughout the entire weekend, and we just wanted to make sure that there is coverage. The Department of Ed redeployed all of their staff, centralized staff that are not in schools. They've all been redeployed for this morning to see exactly where we're at. But remember, teachers teachers over the weekend who were being vaccinated, and we told them straight to show up at their schools today with their vaccination cards. So we'll get a better picture of this, but overall, as of about an hour ago, we're now over 97%. We are concerned about school safety. That is an issue for us. We're waiting to see exactly, because we came into the school year with a shortage of school safety agents to begin with, and the vaccination mandate has actually exacerbated that.
Right. In general, though, the mandate did seem to do what it was intended to do, which was dramatically up the number of people who maybe were on the fence about getting vaccinated as we got towards the deadline. Last week, you asked for a week delay. How critical was that week delay as far as giving people more time to get vaccinated, setting the deadline, but making sure you had enough people in schools today?
If we would have if the vaccine mandate would have went into effect last Tuesday, we would have had a major problem on our hands across this city. The extra time has allowed us, and doing it on a Monday and coming on a Monday morning, like I just said to you, the entire weekend there have been hundreds of people who have been working, trying to set up the situation so each school could be safe. So if we didn't have that time, it would have been a much worse situation. So we're comfortable, but we're always apprehensive, because to us, the whole thing has been about safety throughout this pandemic, and this is just another challenge that's been put in front of us. And once again, the school staffs are rising to that challenge and meeting it. But without that extra couple of days, it really would have been a big problem if this would have went into effect last Tuesday morning.
Yeah, happy to see that these are some of the results that we've seen from that mandate being put in place. We do know that some schools have struggled for weeks to find substitutes. Mayor de Blasio said there's no problem with this, that there's thousands ready to go. We just heard from a teacher, former teacher now, who cannot go to school because she chose not to take the vaccine, who is saying that the website where you're having to ask for these substitutes are begging for teachers to be readily available. What is the situation with that?
That's going to be a challenge. We'll get more information on that throughout the day, because it's not just having a substitute. You have to have the appropriate license, the certification, the appropriate subject matter. All of that has to be worked out. So for today, the priority is safety. The last thing we want to happen is have an emergency situation where you're going to have to combine classes together, because we really want to keep our students socially distanced and apart. So that's really what we're shooting for today, is making sure that we have no situation where classes get combined together. And then what's going to happen after today is we'll see exactly what subjects and grade levels, and we'll start to try to fill that in, and then we'll be able to be much more specific about how we use our substitutes. But that is a challenge, and look, that was always going to be a challenge once the mayor put the mandate out.
You know, in big picture, obviously teaching's a very difficult job under the best of circumstances. Earlier this half hour, we spoke to a teacher who will not be showing up because she chose not to get vaccinated. She spoke about some of her friends, colleagues who did get vaccinated reluctantly to meet the deadline, because obviously they have mouths to feed, as we all do. Are you concerned about any sort of long-term morale problem as a result for the people who did it reluctantly, are upset with it, and then they're going to be in the classroom, but maybe their head's elsewhere?
Look, what the teachers have been through in this city is something we're very, very concerned about. From the fact that the teachers had to fight the mayor to close the school system in the first place. We've had a lot of deaths due to COVID, and throughout this, it's been one challenge after the other after the other. And, you know, you go into this profession to teach children, to help people develop as human beings, and nobody was prepared for what we've been through for now almost 2 years. And it's a very significant issue, both for our students and for our staff and for all the teachers in this city, because no one was prepared for this. It's not fair to anyone, but they continue to rise to the challenge. But yeah, it's going to have it's something we're concerned about, the long-term effects of it, because when we finally get through this pandemic, and we will get through this pandemic, there's going to be a lot of harm done.
All right, UF2 President Michael Mulgrew, appreciate you taking the time to chat with us this morning.
All right, be well, everyone.
All right, thanks.